Welcome. My name is Aurélie. I'm a Vedic astrologer, and this is the eclipse full moon forecast for September. So the moon is gaining light and heading in about a week on the early morning of September 18 towards an eclipse. It's a partial eclipse, but a little bit of the moon is going to go through this mystical journey where it will lose its light. It will be eaten alive. So the moon is coming full. The moon is going to be eclipsed. Eclipses happen twice a year. They're part of the beautiful rhythms of our life and our world. And a full moon eclipse is always followed by a new moon solar eclipse. So we're having this full moon eclipse, and then we're going to have a solar eclipse 2 weeks later when the moon goes dark. There is something beautiful about these times of the year. Now, there is something really uncomfortable about these times of the year. So when these eclipses come, and there's a lot on social media, they call it season, and I quite like it because it is a moment in time where it feels like things are in a pressure cooker. And on some level, we could see it as the whole point or the whole goal of it is for things to finally come to light. Yes, sometimes there are areas of our lives where we're blinded. And K2, which is one of the nodes where the eclipses happen, has this ability to hide things, to keep things hidden when we're not seeing really clearly. So when these eclipses come and we get to the other side of it, usually we have more clarity in an area of our life, depending on where the eclipse is falling in our chart. So again, let's invite this energy to be about a moment in time that may feel intense, it may feel emotional, it may feel difficult. But it's a journey about further clarity. So let's invite this clarity into our heart and in this moment in time. So the moon is going to be full in Pisces. Venus is currently debilitated and will be very high on those degrees at 29.5 degrees during the eclipse, which makes it quite unstable. And I'm mentioning both the moon and Venus because those are our two water planets. Now, water is the emotion. It's what helps us in relationship. It's what helps us have the stickiness between us to love, for emotions to flow, for the mind to be peaceful, and the mind and the heart. And water is very important for life. And both are water planets. One of them is heading towards the eclipse point, this point of darkness. One of them is debilitated and going to be in those high degrees. So it's really inviting us to sit with this energy of emotional healing, emotional difficulties, going towards emotional healing. There's a beautiful Sanskrit mantra that is highly recommended when there is moon difficulty or 12th house. And again, this will happen in Pisces, the natural 12th sign of the zodiac. So we're going to chant that a few times. It's a somya, it's a very sweet mantra, a very safe mantra. So you can recite it, it's fine. You have my blessings to do that. It's very gentle. There's also lots of beautiful tracks online where there's people chanting it. And so let's do this mantra for peace and emotional health and our mind. Yeah. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So you can repeat this mantra. You can be with this energy, this invocation of the moon, this invocation of peace, of emotional health and healing. Again, it's like being in a pressure cooker as we get closer to this eclipse. I'm inviting you to be patient with other people. Some other people may struggle with those emotions. So just be patient, be patient, be patient. Increased intensity, pressure cooker, eclipses. Now, I'm not going to go so much into worldly predictions. We did some of the more somatic, emotional side because there's this moon and this Venus, and I really wanted to speak of that. And now I'm going to move over to talk about what this full moon is in the Vedic calendar because it's very magical. That's right. So now you may know of Halloween. I'm very fond of Halloween. One of the reasons I'm very fond of Halloween is because I was born on Halloween. So we all know of Halloween. We all know of this mystical juncture in time. But in the Vedic tradition, there are 2 weeks in the calendar, 2 very special weeks in the calendar, where the veil gets thinner and thinner. And it's called Pitri Paksha, which is the ancestors' fortnight. And this is going to begin with this full moon. Now, it's an intense time. It's an interesting time. It's an intriguing time. One of my beautiful gurus says, if during those 2 weeks every year trouble comes to you, someone in your family breaks a leg, cars break, things go wrong during those 2 weeks, you know you have to do some ancestral worship, ancestral pacification, ancestral something needs to be addressed. But also sometimes the ancestors come to bless you. But it's not the end of the story. Those 2 weeks, it's like the veil is getting thinner and thinner and thinner. And in some places in India, we don't even invite people into our home because we say all sorts of spirits roam the earth. So if you are an intuitive healer, if you're someone that's very close to the spirit realm, very deep in your meditation, and that has had experiences with ghosts and nighttime visits and dreams, just be mindful during this time. Beginning with this full moon on the 18th until October 3rd. October 2nd. Make sure you do your cleansing ritual. Make sure you practice your protection mantra. There's beautiful tradition of Kavalaj of protection mantras. Make sure you do your incense and your invocation and you light things and you be mindful around your house. And if you're getting dreams, pay attention to them during this 2 fortnights. And if you do know how to do Shraddha, there's a tradition that shows you how to offer pacification water to the ancestors. You can go on this website. I'm going to put it right below. There's a very easy tarpana, a very easy guide to explain how to do the invocation and to offer to your ancestors. But you can also participate. There's lots of places where you can donate and give the names of your ancestor, and they will do the practice for you. And I highly recommend it. If you've not done it in your life, it's very special to ask that, to offer pacification to our ancestors that have come before us. So take advantage of this moment in time. Be mindful of the people that come into your life. Yeah? Are you dating? No, you're not. Between September 15th to October 5th, you're not. You're not on apps. You're not meeting anyone, and you're not going on a date. I am grounding you. That's right. Just be mindful of the people that come into your life during this time. Okay. Right. And I'm going to do a blog post if you want more mundane updates. Sign up to the newsletter and follow the blog post, which is going to be wonderful with some more prediction on a worldly level. But overall, be patient, be smart, practice your sadhana, practice your cleansing ritual during those 2 weeks of the ancestors. If you have photos of some of your beloved grandparents or past members, you can take that photo, especially in those 2 weeks, and offer incense. It's a very special thing to do that. Okay. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Do water cleansing. Sit by the water. Go to the river. Have a bath. Be very gentle with yourself and be very gentle with everyone around you. Okay?